Welcome you all once again with the MCQS questions. Today, our chapter is From the Diary of Annie Frank. First question: who would Annie allow to read her diary? Her sister, her parents, a real friend if she got one, no one. The answer would be option C, that is, a real friend if she got one. Now, next question: which has more patience than people? Animal, papers, words, books. The option B is the answer, that is papers. Now, next question: who was Mr. Kissing? Annie's father, Annie's math teacher, Annie's uncle, none of the above. The answer would be option B, that is Annie's maths teacher. Next question: what was the subject on which she had to write? That means she had to write the essay. Option A, necessity of walking, B, necessity of running, C, necessity of talking, and D, necessity of studying. So we know the answer would be option C, that is necessity of talking. Now next question: how did Annie justify her being talkative in the essay? essay में वो क्या एक्सप्लेनेशन देती है अपने टॉल्केटिव होने का? ऑप्शन ए, सी discussed the subject topics in class. B, it is a habit. C, it is an inherited trait from her mother and you can't do much about it. And D, the class is boring. So the answer would be option C. It is an inherited trait from her mother and you can't do much about it. Now move to the next question, that is which subject was she not sure of passing? यानी एनी के अनुसार सबसे हार्ड सब्जेक्ट क्या था जिसमें उसको लगता था कि वो पास नहीं कर पाएगी? ऑप्शन ए है मैथ्स, बी साइंस एंड सी इंग्लिश, डी ऑल ऑफ द अबव. तो आंसर इसका हो जाएगा ऑप्शन ए, दैट इज मैथ्स. Now, next question: how did Annie justify her being talkative in the essay? Same question is repeated. So answer is already it is an inherited trait from her mother and you can't do much about it. That it would be the answer. Now next question: Annie Frank had sister. How old she was? एनी फ्रैंक की जो सिस्टर थी दैट वाज मार्गोट, तो मार्गोट कितनी साल की थी? हाउ ओल्ड शी वाज? ऑप्शन ए 16 ईयर्स, बी 10 ईयर्स एंड सी 15 ईयर्स एंड डी ऑप्शन इज 12 ईयर्स. तो आंसर हो जाएगा 16 ईयर्स. वी ऑल नो दैट मार्गोट वाज 16 ईयर्स ओल्ड एंड शी वाज died, and after that, after few months, few days, Annie also was dead due to the disease. Next question: why was she unable to get closer to her already existing friends? यानी एनी के ऑलरेडी फ्रेंड्स थे लेकिन वो उनसे क्लोज क्यों नहीं हो पा रही थी? तो ऑप्शन आर, शी डिडंट लाइक हर फ्रेंड्स आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, शी कांट ब्रिंग हर सेल्फ टू टॉक अबाउट पर्सनल स्टफ, ऑल ऑफ द अबव. सो द आंसर वुड बी ऑप्शन सी, शी कांट ब्रिंग हर सेल्फ टू टॉक अबाउट पर्सनल स्टफ. यानी एनी अपना पर्सनल मैटर को डिस्कस करना नहीं चाहती थी. दैट इज वाई शी कैन नॉट गेट क्लोजर टू द फ्रेंड्स. नाउ नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन इज व्हाट वॉज हर बुक पब्लिश्ड विथ? यानी एनी फ्रैंक्स का जो बुक था वो कैसे पब्लिश हुआ था, what was the title given. Okay, so first option, from the diary of Annie Frank, the diary of a young girl, Annie Frank, or Annie Frank's diary. So option B would be the answer, the diary of a young girl. Now next question, we have Mrs. who was the headmistress of Annie's first school. एनी की फर्स्ट स्कूल में यानी प्राइमरी स्कूल में कौन थी उसकी टीचर यानी हेड मिस्ट्रेस? सिंक, स्मिथ, कुपरस, थॉमसन. सो द आंसर वुड बी ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज कुपरस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हाउ मेनी सिबलिंग्स डिड एनी हैव? यानी एनी फ्रैंक के कितने सिबलिंग्स थे, यानी ब्रदर और सिस्टर? 1, 2, 3, 4. ऑप्शन ए वुड बी द आंसर, दैट इज ओनली वन सिस्टर सी हैड. एनी फ्रैंक की एक सिस्टर थी, ओनली वन सिस्टर. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज अ स्टूडेंट्स ट्रेट? एनी फ्रैंक के अनुसार स्टूडेंट का बिहेवियर क्या है? वॉकिंग, टॉकिंग, रनिंग और स्टडिंग. तो ऑप्शन बी वुड बी द आंसर, दैट इज टॉकिंग. नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द नेम ऑफ द मैथ्स टीचर ऑफ एनी फ्रैंक was मिस्टर केसिंग. ए वुड बी द आंसर. मिस्टर केसिंग was the maths teacher, you all know. Next question we have, on which date did Annie record the incident in Mr. Kissing's class in her diary? तो वो कौन सा डेट था? ऑप्शंस आर 12 जून 1942, 21 जून 1942, 20th जून 1942, 22nd जून 1942. The option C would be the answer, that was 20th June 1942. Now next question, who would Annie allow to read her diary? We have already done these questions. She would allow a real friend if she got one. Now move to the next question, who was Annie's true friend? So her fan Kitty, her cat Kitty, her diary Kitty, none of the above. So we all know that it was the diary known as the Kitty, that means her diary Kitty. Option C would be the answer. Next question we have, Annie Frank had a doubt only in the result of one subject. What was that subject? Maths, history, geography, Hindi. So option A, that is maths. Now next question, what was the name of Annie Frank's sister? Annie Frank's की सिस्टर का क्या नाम था? मार्गरेट, मार्गोट, मैरी और मार्टिना. तो ऑप्शन बी इज द आंसर, that was मार्गोट. Now next questions we have, on which date did Annie record the incident in Mr. Kissing's class in her diary? Already done this question. Option C, 20th June 1942. Now move to the next question. Both the sisters were born in Frankfurt. Both the sisters, that is Margot and Annie. So what was that place? In Frankfurt, Germany, Italy, Japan, China. So obviously the answer is Germany. Option A. Now next question, the third assignment given by Mr. Kissing to Annie was an essay on. What was that topic given by the Mr. Kissing to Annie? एनी को जो टॉपिक दिया गया था ऐसे लिखने के लिए, दैट वाज थर्ड असाइनमेंट्स, दैट वाज क्विक 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 सेड मिस्टर चैटरबॉक्स. यानी ऑप्शन बी, डी वुड बी द आंसर. ऑप्शन डी. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस, व्हाट नेम वाज हर बुक पब्लिश्ड विथ? यानी एनी फ्रैंक का बुक कौन से नाम से, किस नाम से पब्लिश किया गया था? वी हैव ऑलरेडी डन दिस क्वेश्चन, द डायरी ऑफ एनी, The Diary of a Young Girl. That is option B. Now we have next question on screen. Why did she not want to give a brief in the diary at first? यानी वो डायरी में अपना ब्रीफ यानी इंट्रोडक्शन क्यों नहीं देना चाहती है? She didn't want to be formal. She wanted the diary to be her real friend. She did not like the idea, both one and two. So the answer would be option D, that is both. She didn't want to be formal and she wanted the diary to be her real friend. Now, next questions we have. Why does Annie want to keep a diary? Annie diary क्यों रखना चाहती है? She has no close friends. She loves to write. She wants people to read about her later. She likes the idea of it. So the option A would be the answer. That is, she has no close friends. Now move to the next question. Annie and her sister went to which place? To her grandmother's house. यानी grandmother के घर में वो गई थी. What was that place? Frankfurt, Holland, Essen or Iceland? It was Essen. Option C would be the answer. Now next chapter we have two stories about flying. Question number 1. When the pilot of the black aeroplane asked the narrator to follow him, in which direction did he turn the aeroplane? South, north, east, west? The option D would be the answer, that is west. Now, next, what were the young seagull's brother and sister doing around him? Curveting, banking, soaring, all of the above. The answer would be no doubt all of the above, that is option D. Now next question, how would you describe the risk the narrator took? That was calculated, impetuous, unavoidable, navigable. The option B, that is impetuous, would be the answer. Now next question, the woman at the control tower confirmed that. What did she confirm? He could not land. There was no facility. There was no other aeroplane. There was no signal. Option C would be the answer. There was no other aeroplane. Now next questions we have. What did the seagull pretended? Seagull जो है वो क्या pretend करता है? Running fast, falling asleep, crying, none of the above. The answer would be option B, that is falling asleep. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट रिस्क डिड द पायलट टेक? पायलट कौन सा रिस्क लेता है? फ्लाइंग बैक टू पेरिस, मिसिंग द ब्रेकफास्ट ही डिजायर्ड, ही टुक नो रिस्क, फ्लाइंग हिज ऑल डकोटा स्ट्रेट इनटू द स्टॉर्म. The option D would be the answer, flying his all Dakota straight into the storm. Now next question we have, who fell outwards and downward into space? Young seagull, mother seagull, father seagull, brother seagull? The answer would be the young seagull. Now next question, what food did the seagull's mother get to eat? It was earthworms, fish, insects, rodents. The option B is the answer, that is fish. Next question we have, who is the author of the lesson his first flight? फर्स्ट फ्लाइट चैप्टर के राइटर कौन है? फ्रेडरिक फॉर्सिथ, सिंथिया मोस, लियम ओ फ्लेहार्टी. तो ऑप्शन सी इज द आंसर. Okay, Liam O. Flaherty. Now next questions. Nobody had come near the young seagull for the last how many hours? 10 hours, 12 hours, 20 hours, 24 hours. The option D is the answer. That was 24 hours. Now move to the next question. The compass was not working and what was other thing not working? The radio was dead. He lost his patience. He lost his grief. The string was upset. So option A is the answer. The radio was dead. Now next question. The lesson his first flight is about a फर्स्ट फ्लाइट जो चैप्टर है वो किसके बारे में है? पायलट के बारे में, सीगुल के बारे में, पैरट, पिजन. तो ऑप्शन बी इज द आंसर. सीगुल के बारे में है. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस. द स्टोरी इज अबाउट अ यंग seagull. That is option B. It was the story of a young seagull. Now move to the next chapter. What was the purpose behind calling पेरिस कंट्रोल में कॉल करने का मकसद क्या था? टू नो अबाउट एयर ट्रैफिक, टू नो द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द रूट, टू नो द डिटेल्स अबाउट लैंडिंग. नन ऑफ द अबव. ऑप्शन बी इज द आंसर. टू नो द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द रूट. Now move to the next question. Why could the writer not see anything outside the aeroplane? Because of lightning, because it was dark outside, because there was bird. None of the above. The option B is the answer, because it was dark outside. Now next question. What were his parents teaching his brothers and sisters? To perfect the art of flying, to skim the waves, to dive for fish, all of the above. Option D is the answer. That means to perfect the art of flying, to skim the waves, to dive for fish, all these are the answer. That means option D. Now next questions. The young seagull had lack of what? A courage, morality, fear, enthusiasm. So it is option A would be the answer. That was courage. He was afraid of flying. That means he did not have courage.